Okay, guys, welcome back. Hi, my name is Dr. Zishan, and today we're going to continue our course of HTML. In previous sessions, we did talk about lists, and now continuing from there, we have something called block and inline. Now, this is something we have touched about in previous lectures as well. Basically, what we're going to talk is HTML has two type of tags. It's not as specific. It's just it's like categories of tags. It's called block tag and inline tags. Okay, so every HTML element has this default display value depending on what type of element it is. So the two most common values that are basically called block tag and inline tag. The block level elements are basically always start with a new line. So whenever we use a block level elements, the basic property they have is that they always start on a new line. The browser automatically adds some space and a margin before and after that element. That's the key thing that we need to work with. So for example, whenever you use a paragraph tag, it is considered as a block tag because before and after each paragraph there's always a space. Okay, similarly div tag is also there. So whenever we use div tags, it always uses something called a space. So whenever I have a paragraph, there is always a space before and after a paragraph, as well as a div tag. So if I create an HTML document that uses paragraph, for example, in this case, we have this paragraph that has a border around it using the CSS style with inline CSS. You can see that it is using hello world and has a space around it. So block tag basically has this basic property with it. There are some various different tags. So every time you use a block tag, we need to understand that okay, whenever I use it, there will be space automatically added before and after it. So other than paragraph tag, we have tags like address, article, aside, block code, DG, div tags. All of these tags are basically used with reference to that there will be automatically space added in. This is quite important because whenever we want to structure a content, we have to know that which tag will add a new space or not and how the elements are structured in our web page. Similarly, there is something called inline. So whenever we use an inline tag, basically no space is added. They are used within the same line. So a text like a span. So difference, usually we say the difference between a span and a div is that a div creates a complete div with a new line, and span is basically creating a section within a same tag. So span basically creates a tag within a tag and no line is added. Similarly, we have used tags like bold, like italic, like underline, yeah, like em, like img, like br. They always are considered as an inline tag because they do not add space before or after the tag that has been used. Okay, that's the key difference that we differentiate between block and inline tags. So if I use a div element, it's often used as a container for other elements. Div element has basically no required attributes, but style, class, and all are commonly used with this div tags. Div will add a space after it. Similarly, h2 will add a space after it. Paragraph will add a space after it. So every time I use a div, basically it creates a section, create a components. Within div, we have something called text as in form of heading. So whenever we use heading, we have a space before and after it. Then whenever we use another paragraph, okay, so this is one paragraph here. This paragraph again adds some text to it, but with a space around it. If you use another paragraph tag, it all again will add a paragraph with a new text and a space around it. That's the key thing that we would target whenever we talk about elements of such type. However, if you use a span, then you would see that span tag does not add a new element. So if I create a paragraph, there's a space, but within the paragraph, I have created another span tag. Okay, it just creates a section within our own tags, within our parent tag, and it does not add any space around it. So that's like two type of tags that we have primarily available: block tag and inline tag. Some tags are block, meaning that whenever we use them, there's a space. Inline will basically means there's no space before and after it. That's it. That's the whole block and inline tag aspect within it. Okay, so I hope you understand that. So in next session we're going to talk about the div, classes, and id, hopefully all together. Okay, see you in next session.